Mr. Primetime.
Do we really have to talk about this game?
We don't
Cheers
have
on
to.
Friday.
I mean, this is just.
I have no
This is
interest in
just-
talking about this game.
No, me neither, to be honest with you. So we'll go comments some quick. Trevor, what's up, man? Happy Halloween. Ready for another awful game? I mean,
I'm ready for a great tailgate. That's what I'm ready for. Ready to drink some
Bengals
beer.
Bengals
Eat some
are
food?
overrated. Based
about
on
that.
what? I have no idea. We'll
Don't know
bring
about
on,
that.
let's see. Oh, look at this. The third amigo showed up. What's up,
On
Tyrone?
time, 8 o'clock. Wow.
What's going on? What's going on, folks? How y'all?
What you smoking over there?
Happy Halloween, man.
Happy Halloween, bro.
It's fucking October
The
29th.
Yeah, I know, man. Shit is moving by fast, bro. Shit's just moving, bro. Get back to some
Yep.
normal
Sweet.
stuff.
Mr. Primetime, we got just end the season. So I guess what we can do, I'm sure nobody really cares about this game all that much because, I mean, in my opinion, it's going to be a laugher. But I guess we'll start with the injury report, which the Jets, lo and behold, have a new injury to add to the mix. And Corey Davis is now out.
Can I just
So
say one thing
Tyrone-
real quick?
Go ahead.
Good thing the Jets didn't trade Jamison Crowder.
Why? You think get traded next week?
How?
So the 4 days going to make a big difference?
I'm just saying, this is what we talked about last week, right? About trading Crowder.
Does it really
if
matter,
a wide
dude?
receiver goes
Yep.
down.
Dude, does it really fucking matter?
I mean, don't you want to give Mike White the best chance to win on Sunday?
Come on, man. I can't even take you serious right now.
Hey,
I'm
listen.
totally fucking with you.
Yo, Mike White.
I can't even.
Mike
I'm trying to
White's
like come up
gonna
with a
throw for,
storyline
like-
for this guy. I can't.
So let's just go. We'll go
Yo,
this.
Mike
We'll start
White-
this. The Corey Davis injury is going to be more Denzel Mims. They have to now. They have no choice. So do you expect anything out of Mims? And just is that going to make a big deal or no?
I mean, Mims is going to
No.
get some opportunities. I mean, the guy throwing him the ball, can he get it to him
Yeah.
if he gets open? I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to. I think you're going to see
That's
him
the
out there. Though. I
problem.
mean, he's going to be on the outside. And
Uh.
he's going to get some playing time, I would think. If he doesn't get playing time this Sunday, then fuck it, it's
Yeah.
over. He's not going to get playing time here.
All right. So Tyron, what we'll do is this: we'll go
Doesn't he
offense,
suck, though?
defense, and so we'll start with the Jets offense. And before we even go the whole Mike White thing, the Bengals defense is legit. Trey Hendrickson, Sam Hubbard, they're good against the run. They're good against the pass. They're going to come after the Jets offensive line because why not? You're going to dare Mike White to beat you. Just pressure Mike White, make him uncomfortable. Can the offensive line even slow down this Bengal defense? Tyrone.
No. You think that's what we say? No.
That was going to be
There's
my
no
answer. too.
possible way. Listen, man. You understand, bro? Like, this is the kind of team that this is a nightmare scenario that we talked about. Being in this situation, it's going to be really ugly. Like their defense, like you said, Tyson, they have a real defense. They have a physical. They can cover on all ends. They have no weak links on their defense, and we have a crappy offensive line with a quarterback that should be on the practice squad. Our best receiver is out. I mean, our offense coordinator sucks. You can't make this shit up, bro. Like, it's,
So I mean,
it's,
do you
there's
like?
no
Well,
possible
there's
way.
there's two questions I have though, and just even being serious for a second. Is there any chance in the world that if there was a trap game for the Bengals, this would be it? You're coming off a great win against the Ravens, and you're playing the Browns next week, and the Jets are awful. Could they? Is there a chance they come in? Primetime, I'll ask you. Is there a chance they can come in sleepwalking on Sunday?
I'm going to say no because they're still young enough and they really haven't achieved anything yet where I think they're going to take any opponent lightly. Like they were the Jets 2 years ago.
Yep.
So I don't think there's any way they're taking the Jets lightly.
So if there's no chance of them sleepwalking, what is your level of confidence in Mike LaFleur and the offense? I'll just say Mike LaFleur because I'm not going to say Saleh. I'm already disgusted with him. But what's your level of confidence in Mike LaFleur dealing with Mike White in his first NFL game?
Not very confident. I mean, it's probably going to be a lot of ground and pound. I'm sure they're going to try to call plays just to keep the score close, and, not let it get out of hand and shit like that. It's going to be a lot of checkdowns, getting rid of the ball quick. Don't hold on to it for too long. Get strip sacked, throw picks. It's going to be a simple game plan. There's going to be nothing creative here. That's just my opinion.
Tyron, what do you think about Mike LaFleur? Any level of confidence what he's going to do on Sunday?
His stream is so depressing right now.
It is.
No, I think Primetime just really cleared it up. I mean, I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to run the football, keep it still before them. I think that they're not going to have them throw the ball in the field. There's going to be no creativity. We're not going to be able to run the football. We're not going to be able to pass the football. I mean, it's going to be ugly. Like I said, man, he's not very good at throwing the ball long. He's not very good under pressure as well, what we saw from last week. So I can only imagine what a good defense is going to do to him. So
nobody's buying into this. Nobody's
buying.
buying into this. This could be our Tom Brady moment where Mike White can actually be our leader that we're unveiling on Sunday. We just don't realize it.
Could you imagine? I'll sign up for it. Just don't see it.
Bro.
I'm just trying.
Yeah, I signed up for it too, bro. Like,
he had a couple nice throws last week.
I hope he comes out and throws 500 yards.
I'm not going to boo him until at least second quarter.
He had a couple bad ones too, though.
Yep. No, I mean, I like, to be completely honest with you guys, like, it's like I did a video before this. Like, it's hard to give any kind of analysis on this game because I don't trust LaFleur. I don't know what LaFleur is. I don't know where our offense is. We have no idea what Mike White is. Corey Davis on paper is our best receiver. He's out now. We have no tight ends. So it's just like, it's hard to even gauge it. And then you have a defense that's going to get after it. But then if you look at our defense against their offense, it's an ultimate mismatch, dude. Like, we can't even I have a lot of concerns here, but CJ Mosley, I'm worried they're bringing him back too fast, what they've done in the past because they're so thin at linebacker. That's the first thing. Jared Davis coming back. He's not going to be in game shape. So whatever there. And then our secondary, which is ridiculously young and unproven, is going against in our world, our little Jets shitty world, a juggernaut. Where you have Chase, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, with Uzama, and then you have Joe Mixon. We can't even. We're not on the same stratosphere as this team in terms of our defense versus their offense. It's not even close, dude. It's just not. And we can't even get a pass. We haven't gotten a sack in 3 weeks.
It's gonna be the same defense we've been seeing. Bend but break. I mean, that's what it's going to be. They're going to play everything in front of them, 10 yards off the receivers. Bengals got too many weapons for us to keep up with. We don't have the guys in the secondary. And like you said, we don't have the pass rush either. Mosley should help a little bit. I think he'll prevent things from getting too out of hand, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, Tyron, what do you think? I mean, I don't even see, in this game, it's you got it, Quinnen Williams. If I see one more stat telling me how great Quinnen Williams is, when we watched last week, nobody did anything on defensive line. I don't understand. But, now I guess Bryce Huff is out. So now it's you need a big game from Quinnen, Sheldon, but no, John Franklin Myers has to come back into reality here because if not, dude, you're looking at another 50-point game. You got to play for pride here because if not, you're gonna get thoroughly embarrassed by halftime.
And what Primetime said with the bend but don't break, they have the quality
receivers bend but
that
break.
We're gonna break. Okay, yeah, but they have the quality receivers that we're definitely going to break from the beginning. I mean, these guys are talented. They have a talented offense. They have a real NFL offense, something that we don't practice.
It's the first real offense we're playing against.
Exactly. And this is look, coming in at a high level, not coming in with players injured, coming in off a big win, and they're going to come in, ready to take some blood. And why wouldn't they? Listen. There's no way our receivers can cover these guys. There's no way you can scheme this to make this work without getting pressure on Joe Burrow. Exactly.
Might have a better chance.
At the end of the day, man, it's going to be. I mean,
I'm curious. I'm curious to see because I'm curious to see how Saleh handles this because now the wrap on our defense is the quick passing game. Get the ball to your hands quick, and if you do that with Jamar Chase and Higgins and Boyd, I mean, they're going to be running. It's going to be a track race. I mean, you're going to be, it's going to be a mess there. So I'm curious to see what Saleh does because he's talking out his ass, dude. And it's I'm trying, I almost, Primetime, you've been proud of me because what I started to do last night was I was doing a share film and I was breaking down Saleh's press conference and adding my own commentary. But I'm I'm going to save this because it was bad, dude. I stopped.
I'm not proud of you. I'm disappointed, actually.
I was unloading, dude. I'm this, it was bad. I'm yeah. I was listening to a sentence of his press conference. I'd stop it at commentary until I realized how bad he really sounds. And then today again, he was talking about the backup quarterback position. He can't even explain it. And then they talked about the game plan on offense. I'm listen, man, why did you run the ball the first 2 times last week? How is that getting your quarterback in rhythm? He's we went through all our plays, all our favorite plays, and we figured these were our 2 favorite running plays to call. So basically you're saying the way you got your quarterback comfortable is run the ball twice. It's dude.
Do you imagine what the least favorite plays are?
But seriously, listen, and I'm again.
God.
I like the guy. I like the guy though. I like the guy. I like Saleh. We all like him. We all want to believe to him. He can talk X's and O's, and he has some he has a personality, and he says all the cliche shit.
Hold on, though.
Fuck,
hold on. We like the guy that we thought that we were getting.
We didn't
the guy
get him.
That was. Exactly. We like the guy that was giving us all those quotes, the all gas, no break shit. He was saying all the right things. We like the guy that was supposed to be the player's coach that was going to motivate everybody. That guy we haven't seen yet.
Whole
That
guy
going to hold everybody
circles,
accountable.
dude.
That guy we haven't
Yep.
seen yet.
You know what he reminds me of?
Good.
They were, like all these coaches we've hired all seem the same. Bowles, Gates, and
Well,
now him, they all
Bowles
seem the
didn't talk
same.
in circles this bad. If we're gonna go like that, Saleh's like there are certain
No,
things
I
with
mean,
Saleh that reminds
just
me
the
of Gates,
fact
dude.
that
He can't explain shit.
just
Blank stare.
just the fact that just the fact that we thought we were going to get something better than what we have, and we have this awful product. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, listen, there's no way it's this bad or this difficult to get a functional offense. I mean, and not only I'm not listening. I'm not worried about the wins and losses. I'm more concerned about the product I'm seeing, and what I'm watching is fucking horrible. It's really bad football. It's really. You know what I'm saying? These guys are really not getting better. They're regressing every single week. And
Yep.
like Primetime said, we haven't had a sack in 3 weeks. You just gave
We
Frank
don't have an
Lamar
interception all
$17
year.
million fucking dollars, and
We just scored a point. We scored
he
points in the
hasn't had
first quarter.
we haven't had pressure in 3 weeks. I mean, that's crazy, man. Like, I mean, and I don't know if you guys watched the game last night, right? But did you watch
I
the
did.
hit when old boy stuck to Aaron Rodgers when he just came in and get that penalty? That's what should have happened when the motherfuckers hit our quarterback. That's what you do. That you do something like that. You know what I'm saying? You earn respect because at the end of the day, you're playing for pride. And as a Jet fan, it's difficult for us because we're all fans. It's difficult for me right now because I'm beyond frustrated. I was supposed to be there Sunday. Why would I waste my hard-earned money to come up there, do all this extra shit, drive, you know what I'm saying, to watch the product you're going to put on the field? Because I know it's going to be bad.
Well,
It's
the
not
thing
like
is,
I'm guessing. Cincinnati is a quality football team.
But Tyron, the things you're saying and the things we're talking about right now are alarming when you consider this is a first-time head coach with one of the youngest teams in football. A young team, when you have a bunch of young guys that don't know any better, they should be competing their asses off, flying around, making plays because they should be excited. They should be like inspired and have all passion and pride. You don't see any of that, man. They're lifeless. And they're kind of taking the personality of their head coach, which is surprising. Like there's so many red flags. I'm telling you, like, and I hate being like this, but when you listen to the guy talk, you're like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about anymore. The backup quarterback position exposed all the flaws in the Jets organization because either him and Joe Douglas aren't on the same page or they're on the same page and their page is really poorly written. I mean, dude, it's bad. Like the Flacco thing is embarrassing the way they're handling. They can't even explain what they're doing. Then when you like earlier in the season, when you asked Saleh about the play calling, he can explain it. He can't explain that now. How are you making changes? How are you adjusting? How do you do this? And then he had an opportunity to somewhat criticize Greg Van Roten. He won't do that. Like, come on, dude. Do you realize you're 1-5 and you guys are going backwards? Like if you're losing 35-31, we get it. If you're in games, or if you're lost to superior teams, the last few weeks you play teams that are, the Patriots are good, but nothing like we're going to face on Sunday. I mean, like I'm just, and this is, I read this too. And this report came out today too. Tony Pauline saying that some of the players are saying that they practice too hard during the week and they're tired on Sundays. They said there's a lot of dysfunction in the locker room. You know, that people just aren't, there's just too much, just confusion within the organization.
See,
Same
and that's
from day one.
And that's the problem with why we settled for a coach that we never wanted in the first place. I mean, Romeo did the cut up of our, the season last year with all the clips, right? I think it was week 14 or 15. We were talking about possible head coaches. Saleh was brought up, defensive coach. Why would we want him?
Yeah.
Right. Everything was about the quarterback, developing a quarterback, a proven coach, a proven CEO, somebody that can establish your culture, not somebody that we don't know who the fuck he is. And it's the same thing with your offensive coordinator. Everybody in this organization right now is complete unknown. I keep saying it every week, but it's true. Like we don't know what we have. And that's a dangerous position to be in for a young quarterback. And he's already hurt.
Well, it's it. If you hire a defensive coordinator, like a CEO kind of guy, then you're only as good as the offensive staff that you hire. And again, we always mention Greg Knapp, may rest in peace. We get that. But at the same time, Mike LaFleur still has a job to do, and he's not doing it well.
Nope.
And
yeah, also, man, I'm taking a step further than that, man. You know what I'm saying? When you say we know what we have, we don't know what we have in the offense as well. We keep thinking Joe Douglas was going to be that piece that changed things. Yeah, he made some good trades and got some good value for his trades. But what the product he has given us, the players and the position he put us in, bro, it's like we lost 2 years. Like it's week 8 and we're feeling like this already. Can you imagine 9 more weeks of this shit? Can you imagine 9 more weeks of feeling like this? The best week we had was our bye week, bro. That was the happiest everybody was.
Seriously, right?
But it's a fair point because, like, I tell you, like, people reach out to us, like, what do you think about this? My answer is I don't know. Like, and my argument about Joe Douglas is I'm like, everybody, like the one guy sent me a message today. He's like, dude, you're way too hard on Joe Douglas. I'm like, based on what? I'm like, we talked about this. Like your offensive line, like we have no identity on our team because we don't know what like our offensive line, which should be your strength, is nowhere near strength. The defensive line, very highly paid right now, not producing where they should be.
Nope.
The wide receivers, which we thought are good, aren't producing. The running back, like we don't have anything. And now this John Franklin-Myers contract, you're starting to worry about that. Now you're like, all right, you gave him this huge contract. We were all excited about it. And since then, the guy hasn't made a play. like we don't even know if they're poorly coached, poor players, but the consensus is, and I've been reading a lot of stuff on the offensive line, especially like McGovern and Van Roten, they're not good players.
No.
They're very, very mediocre, and Joe Douglas doubled down on them with a rookie quarterback behind them, and that's dangerous, man.
Yep. I think
that complained about spending. Everyone that complained about spending money on getting a quality lineman, you know what I'm saying? Now we're looking at what the problem was. We're looking at the big flashy car that sounds good, or you want to use Yugo. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to give yourself what you want. You only got one life. You know what I'm saying? If we just went through, and this really got me more pissed off than anything. We just went through how to F up a quarterback. We just went through 4 years of that, and to repeat the same thing. That infuriates me more than anything, and I know you guys feel the same sentiment that I feel. This is the problem. We're watching this shit over again. Like we already know the playbook. We already know what's going to happen next. If you don't get your rookie quarterback, we just saw this, and we hope this offseason will be fixed. And what do? We're right back to the same.
But it's even
that's the bad part.
But it's even more bothersome. I'm going to dwell on this because I have nothing else better to do. Is the Jets earlier in the offseason, they wanted to re-sign Joe Flacco. So their whole thing that we didn't need a veteran quarterback, they were lying to us because they tried to sign him, but they lowballed offered him, and he went to Philadelphia instead. So they actually did want a veteran quarterback because I guess they thought he had value. So they lowballed him. They lowballed Brian Hoyer. They both went elsewhere, and they said, you know what? We're gonna save our money and just go the cheap route and take the whole Mike White approach to this and James Morgan. So instead of worrying about, doing the smart thing for your young quarterback, they pinched pennies, played hardball with their contracts, and now it's smacked them clear in the fucking face to the point they got to trade draft compensation to get a guy that doesn't want to be here and doesn't want to mentor Zach Wilson. Can that be any more same old Jets? Seriously.
And hasn't that been a common theme with Joe Douglas?
Yep. It is. And this is, I mean, Tyson, but the thing is, though, how does he tell us?
Have good quality backups.
Yeah, but see, now, but it's like what Saleh and these clowns don't realize, including the owners, is that all these press conferences, all these comments are on your fucking YouTube channel. So when we're bored on a rainy Friday afternoon, I can go back to February and March and April and watch all the bullshit you told me, and then go fast forward it to the last 3 days and watch the bullshit you're telling me and see how hypocritical you are because you completely lied to us and you completely blew it. So now you're trying, like I said, I'll keep saying you're putting Band-Aids on a Titanic right now with your offense. It's embarrassing.
See, I still think the last 5 years, it's a combination of Joe Douglas between lowballing and then, signing guys that just don't work. And also the coaching staff not being able to elevate anybody that they have.
Yep.
I mean, we've watched a ton of guys, Robbie Anderson, even though he's having a down year this year, he was great last year. DeMario Davis is another one. Fringe guys that, I always see like Greg Dortch and Khalif Raymond, he's made it now as a returner and a receiver. Like all these little guys, like, we don't have any building blocks right now. Nope. How did no coaching staff find a way to use any of these guys? So it's a combination of things. We haven't had any coaches that can make the most of the talent that's here, what little may be there, and a GM that's not able to bring a lot of talent in.
Well, what's funnier, though, it's like, Joe Douglas is acting like he's on the Ravens, where it's like, dude, I'm with the Baltimore Ravens, a winning team. It's either my way or the highway. Either take my offer or you can leave. And they're like, dude, you're the New York Jets. We can give a fuck about your offer. You guys haven't won shit in a decade. You want to play hardball with me? Adios. Right? Like, seriously, like, can you imagine like Joe Flacco or Brian Hoyer be like, wait, you're going to play hardball with me or the Jets? You haven't won in, like, your guys are at the bottom of the bottom. You're going to play hardball with me? I'm out. So they wanted a veteran quarterback, but they couldn't get the one at the right price.
Nope.
How
much more could it have honestly cost to pay Joe Flacco?
A good
$250,000?
But a good organization would have took care of that. Exactly. Prime time. What would it cost to get him? $4 million?
Not even. $4 But just Tyrone. It should be a priority, though.
I thought Flacco signed for like 1.25 with the.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
how much fucking more could it have cost for the Jets?
They probably ordered a veteran minimum with no incentives. He's probably like, I want more than that. But Tyrone, in the grand scheme of things, though, It's prioritizing what's best for your young quarterback. And we were saying it since May. So they had the same agreement, but instead of doing it, they said, you know what?
Yeah.
Financially, it doesn't work for us. Financially, it was an issue.
3.5.
It's a 3.5. So they probably offered him what, 1.5.
Yeah.
Way to go.
3.5.
And
Exactly.
now you're paying him, and you're going to be getting up a draft pick too.
And they still have
And
what, like 20 million in cap space?
That's smart business.
Just sitting there.
But see, and then on top of this, man, listen, you know, you knew your offensive line wasn't playing well. You know, everybody knows Van Roten has not played well. Everyone can see that. Why haven't you brought anyone in that can replace him? Since Clark is hurt, I understand that, you know what I'm saying, maybe they thought Clark was going to be somebody. Once Clark got hurt, you should have had somebody in the wing to listen. You know what I'm saying? You have to have somebody to replace him. And to justify his play only shows a lack of leadership or understanding in that building. There's
no accountability.
No way you can watch that, man. Nah, at all.
Tyrone. Fuck Van Roten.
Yo.
How the fuck do you bring Alex Lewis back when he tried to fucking fight Joe Flacco last year? With all the shit that he had, you bring him back?
Listen.
You bring him back? I could understand Van Roten. All right, you want to have him for depth, fine. He was relatively cheap. Fucking Alex Lewis, you bring him back?
Tyson,
it's just
listen. You know what he did, bro? You know he had like a mental breakdown.
So
yeah, that's what you that's your fucking solution. This is why I hate this team right now. This is why, and listen, I want to say this. I don't want to be clear. I don't hate the Jets. I hate the way they make me feel every fucking week.
Yeah.
I hate feeling empty, bro. I felt empty all week. My whole week has been shitty. You know what I'm saying? I got my little jet hat on. I go deliver this morning. Hey man, y'all fucking suck, bro. No shit, like bro.
I don't even let them ruin my weeks anymore. And that's the sad part of it. Like I don't feel anything.
Oh, they ruined this. They ruined this week for me. But see, because you know what is the reason was we all expected losses this week, but it's the way they're losing, and now it's the perceived dysfunction and confusion and disorganization. That's the bothersome stuff. Like you want to buy into something, and that was we all bought into a lot in this offseason. Like here's our direction, here's our plan, all these different things, and now it's excuses, accepting losing, justifying losing, blatant incompetence, and you're seeing poor things happen, and they're not even addressing it. Like you'd like to see somebody just pull Greg Van Roten out of the game, like bro, you're out. Like you're out. Nathan Shepard, this is it. Like sit your ass on the bench, you're out of the game. That's it. You're done. I'd rather see Jonathan Marshall, whatever the hell his name is, play and learn. And we're gonna get blown out anyway. And let the young guy legitimately play.
Phillips, throw him
anyway, thank God he's coming back. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and then instead of watching the guy get a penalty every week, it's just no accountability, dude. And his comments saying, you know what, these guys are well played for a child's game. I'm out. Get Tyrone.
Not his job to motivate.
You know my problem is. You know hold on. No. I want to tell you guys a little story that happened when I was a young kid. I had two friends. And one name was Broderick, one name was Steve. Right. So we hung out every day. You know, we did. Right. So Broderick was more of a friend. You know, I like Steve, but I was more close to Broderick because I was with him every day. I was with Steve every day, but I was with Broderick all day. So anyway, they had a problem. They had a falling out over some money. They get to fighting. Right. So. The problem was, like, Broderick was on his knees begging Steve not to hit him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, on some sucker shit. So, anyway, after I kicked, because it was at my house, I kicked both of them out. So, as Steve left out, and then Broderick was walking out, he was like, yeah, bro, I'm glad you made him leave. I was like, bro, you know what? Get the fuck out of my house, bro. I said, listen, I can respect you taking the loss. I can't respect you laying down. I can't respect you because if a situation popped up with me, I know you're going to lay down. So he went out of my house looking all sad. I ended up calling Steve back. Me and Steve became tight. We're still friends today. And he's probably watching the show. If he is watching, hey, yo, how you been, young man? But it's just the point of I don't respect nobody that lays down. This team is laid down. Like the Patriot game, they laid down. And when when adversity hits, they lay down. And as a head coach, if you're giving off that kind of vibe that listen, it's okay for you guys to get your ass kicked. It's okay to get hit in the mouth. It's okay to not cover or not get pass rush or lazy on plays or running bad routes. This is the dysfunction of this organization. That's the problem I have. And that's the problem where it's so hard to watch. Last week was hard to watch as a Jet fan. It was hard to watch. Like it was very difficult to watch. What do you think Cincinnati going to do?
Well, I mean, that's the problem. But that's the problem, though.
You understand?
But he doesn't hold anybody accountable. Everything is it's going to be fine. It's going to be good. We're only this, only execution, only that. There is no fire, no brimstone, no just anything behind it. And this is the results we're going to get week in and week out. Like, it's hard to even look at this game and justify anything. Like, listen, people are trying to embrace, well, Mike White could be our next Tom Brady and this and that. Yeah, you know what? And if my cat started barking, I call it a dog. But that could happen too. You know what I mean?
Well, just to play devil's advocate, like Afrin said a week ago, I mean, do you think it's possible that he's just taken a different approach with the media? I mean, if the reports are true that were out today that, practices are hard and maybe there's turmoil in the locker room, maybe he's trying to be the good guy with the media and lift them up through the media. And then in private, he's a little bit more of a hard.
But they're not playing hard in the field, though. Are they playing hard on Sundays? Are they competing? Are they mad? Are they angry? Prime time, when your quarterback gets hit and nobody defends him, that speaks volumes of the state of your team.
Yep.
That does.
Oh, I agree.
Like they are just, it's no big deal, man. They get blown out by 50 that Monday morning. They're all tweeting out, "Good morning, world. How's it going?" Everybody's happy. Like, not a big deal. Fucking owners talking about his black uniforms are wearing on Sunday. That's the big thing. They're just tone deaf to how, like, they don't understand the portrayal they have all across the NFL. And I'll keep saying it. They act like they've accomplished something here. They act like they've been winning for years, and this is just a speed bump in the road. No, you're supposed to be climbing out of rock bottom, and now you're getting nestled in there. Now you're cementing yourself down there. Now you're staying down there.
Yep.
So I don't know, man.
Ryan said it best. Ryan said it best, man. He said, "Yo, when the coach don't have a fight, how can your team have a fight?"
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? There's no way you listen. You hit one of ours, we're gonna hit 10 of yours. I respect that kind of mentality. That's a football mentality. That's a winner's mentality. Like, listen, at any cost, we can lose to a better team. But we're not gonna show up. It's gonna be a dog. Like, listen, I was raised like this. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you take the L, but they're gonna know you was there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Don't.
They're not even fighting, man.
You better pack a lunch. If you think you whooping my ass, you better pack a big lunch, bro. We're gonna be here for a while. That's the mentality I want for my team. We don't get
and the one thing, if we said we established when we mentioned like goals for the team, comparing last year as bad as they were last year, it's like, all right, don't start the game out flat. Like, how many times did Adam Gase's team, the first play of the game was a 75-yard run, this, that, everything else? Every game this year, same thing. First quarter's a no-show. They're completely unprepared now, coach. And it's thorough. It's embarrassing. It's pathetic. It's ugly. Week in and week out. So at what point do you say, coach, or what are you doing? Like, are you just, like he said, like, it's, he tried explaining how they try to fix it. You go, you got to search for the why. Okay. It's been 6 weeks of the why. Why haven't you fixed it then, coach? Because it's on you, right? Like at some point, like as a boss, you answer to your boss. Okay, tell me why you're not scoring points in the first quarter and you're getting, the first half of every game is laughable. They got nothing, man. Like I don't understand Sunday's game. I just don't see how it's even competitive. I don't see it. The only way this game is competitive is if the Bengals are sleepwalking. That's it. I don't know what to say.
Not happening, bro. It's not gonna happen. They're not coming in.
No,
bro. Listen, they're listen. We always bring Baltimore Ravens. I'll give 1 second prime time. We always bring the Baltimore Ravens up on the show, right? How physical and what kind of quality organization that is, right? Baltimore Ravens are a physical football team, correct?
Yep.
Cincinnati just beat a physical football team.
Yep.
And they're really good football team at that.
Really
what are you gonna do to a team that's not physical and that's not good? Come on, man, that's crazy.
I think people are trying to think that it's a trap game for Cincinnati because it was a trap game for the Titans, but these are two completely different teams that are coming here. The Titans were ravaged by injuries; they didn't have their top two receivers. Bengals are fully loaded right now, and we're dealing with even more injuries this week.
Yeah, and this is a good point. Like Woody Johnson spoke and completely embarrassed himself.
We're going live for that.
The Joe Douglas press conference is gonna be interesting because these guys can't keep selling this nonsense, man. It's just nobody's being held accountable. Everybody's making excuses. The whole Dan Feeney thing was great. He got drunk and ate chicken cheesesteaks during the game. I mean, the Islander game, that was all fun. Like, all these stories were fun in the offseason, but now you guys got to start playing better. Like, and to get, I can't believe the fans are mad. The media's picking on us, bro. Do you guys realize how bad you're playing? Like, you're going into a Sunday game early in the season, Halloween, where you should have a good crowd. It's going to probably be 25,000 Bengal fans. Probably 15,000 or 20,000 angry Jet fans are gonna be hammered off their asses and empty seats.
I don't even think
and if they get blown out early,
it's gonna be half full.
But by the time halftime comes, this game is ugly. This stadium's gonna be empty at halftime. Nobody's gonna stay. Nobody cares about black uniforms. You can care less about that.
Believe it or not, a lot of fans actually do care about it. It seems like on Twitter.
Not me, man. They can wear purple stripes. I can give a shit as long as they play good football. I don't care about uniforms.
Don't win. Exactly. Yep. I want to see good football. That's all.
That's it, man. It's like it's hard, and I hate that we're already here now. What's up, Jomo? I hate that we're here now, and it's like you don't want to do game previews. You don't want to go to the game. You don't even want to talk about the game. Like I walk into the locker room at the gym, and they all walk in to shake their head, like, man. I'm like, dude, let's talk about the UFC. Great cards, tomorrow afternoon. Like, let's talk about that. Like anything but this team, man. It's like you feel like you just feel like you just got like
Knicks
you're watching.
4-1 though, baby. Knicks 4-1, baby.
They played great last night, man.
We got one team in the city.
They got to close the games out at the end, though, man. It gets too interesting.
4-1.
So let's see some comments here. Would the Jets make a trade for Deshaun Jackson? No. What the hell are we gonna do with Deshaun Jackson?
Why?
He probably wants to go to a playoff team.
Why would we add another receiver to the mix? We're not even getting Mims and Elijah Moore the touches.
Get a lineman.
Who have we had that's a building block? I mean, building blocks, you hope is Vera Tucker. You hope Becton. Michael Carter. We don't know what Elijah Moore is. We have no idea what Mims is. On defense, Quinn.
Well, I think there's two levels of building blocks. I think there's like legitimate, like anchor type players like Quinnen, Vera Tucker, hopefully, maybe Becton if he's healthy. Hopefully CJ Mosley will be here for a couple more years. And then you have like the other guys like Bryce Hall, Franklin Myers, Bryce Huff, like those guys.
You're going to learn a lot about the secondary on Sunday, boy. These Bryce Hall fans better hope he steps up, or Jamar Chase can have 200 yards.
Secondary. They're solid young players, but they're not. I don't think they're moving the needle too far. Like you still need a number one corner. You still need some help back there.
I'm not gonna trip on what our cornerbacks have given us. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, these guys are all late round picks, and all these guys have played decent. Like I said, this week right here, it's a real challenge, and they're going against the best. I mean, to me, Chase is probably one of the best receivers in the league right now. This kid it's only his game number 6. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So he's going to be a handful. You know what I'm saying? The rest of their receivers are a handful. So it's a real test for them. And even if they give them some plays, I'm not mad at them because you had a pass rush or you gave them help or you schemed around that. You could do stuff like that.
Well, here's the difference, though. There's a lot more pressure on John Franklin Myers and Quinnen Williams and Rankins and all these high-priced defensive linemen. That's who's got to make a difference in this game. You shouldn't have Bryce Hall on an island, man. You can't. These guys can't cover these guys. That's not even disrespectful. Just being factual. You know what I mean? Like they had struggles last week, and then you imagine. And then the other thing is we can't even cover tight ends, and they have a legitimate tight end. But
then how are you doubling up Chase?
You can't.
That's what I'm saying. So you're gonna have to.
Like,
you're gonna have to.
You're gonna learn a lot about. You're gonna learn a lot about Ashton Davis on Sunday too to see what the hell he can do.
Even he's fucking banged up too. Again, after just coming back, he was on injury report
again. Yeah.
He's becoming Blake Cashman.
Like I said, it's a problem of what it is. Yeah. Man, please don't say his name.
Man, these three guys complained about everything and was wrong about all the players Jets assigned. So Jets gang, let me guess. You were the guru that had everything right in the offseason. You nailed it all, right? Because you knew it all. Let me guess, right? Got it. You're the I told you. You're the I told you so guy in October. Yeah. Please. So what do you want us to do? We're 1-5 playing off football on the verge of getting blown out.
What move should we be celebrating right now exactly? Yeah. The Jamal Adams trade and what else? Let's
celebrate something. Let's make him happy by being positive. I'll be positive. It's gonna be sunny on Sunday. There you go. Have a good night.
Yep.
and to be fair, Jets gang, since you want to no, but hold on. To be fair, Primetime did question some of the moves, and so did I. We questioned moves. We gave price moves. We've been fair the whole time. Like I don't know what.
I questioned every fucking move, and I think it was 58 thumbs down on the video I did. Set a record.
It takes time. Okay, you know what, Jets gang? When you should do
how many times?
Unsubscribe from our channel. No. Hold on. Unsubscribe from our channel. Come back here in 2 years and see how it is. Your problem solved.
Did you say it takes time 2 years ago?
Prime time. Hold on.
2 years before that.
No. Hold on.
Hold on. No.
It takes time to score points in the first quarter. Maybe by week 15 we can score points in the first quarter. Maybe we can get like consecutive first downs in the first quarter by week 12. Takes time, Prime time. Let's keep it real
serious for a second. We all get that it takes time, but some of us are just tired of fucking saying it because we've been saying it for a decade straight. Trust the process.
Exactly.
All right, we're
takes time.
And rinse, wash, repeat. It happens all over again.
Yep.
Some of us are just tired of saying it.
Show
us some results, and then you'll get some praise. That's where I'm at.
That's the problem. Listen,
takes time.
But we're not here to bash the Jets. We're just taking the part we're saying. We're saying, listen, it's been a 5-year rebuild. Every time we're rebuilding.
It's not even that, Tyrone. It's not even but it's not even that. I don't care about the last 5 years. I'm talking about this season with this team, with this player, this general manager, this coach. This year, I don't give a fuck about last year. We gave him a pass for the Adam Gase debacle. This is this inspiring motivational coach, this highly touted GM with the influx of new talent that is completely underachieving. They look dazed, confused, unprepared, and outcoached. That's just facts. If you can't see those facts, take your fucking green-colored glasses and go to somewhere else, a different channel. It's just the way this fucking team is. You literally have a game that you can't give away tickets to. Nobody wants to come watch your team play. Nobody. The most diehard of fans are selling tickets they paid $125 for $40 to try to salvage anything. Your team is so embarrassing. That's just a fact. That's it. Am I lying?
Dude,
did I hurt your feelings? Anybody? If your feelings are hurt.
We were talking before. We were talking before. We both. I have tickets. I paid for all mine. I don't want to go. I'm excited to tailgate. I don't want to go inside the stadium. It's going to be miserable in there for 3 hours, like it is every fucking home game.
Last Sunday was miserable. It's unwatchable. The team was unwatchable last Sunday primetime. It was excruciating, right? Like to any Jeff fan diehard, like all of us watching it, it was like, what are we doing here? This was the most miserable experience coming off a year. We were embarrassed almost every week. Last Sunday was worse than most of the things we saw last year.
And that's the whole thing. I think for me, most of the anger comes from being somebody that's been invested every year as a season ticket holder. I give my money, I give my time. We do all these shows. We invest heavily in the team. And for a number of years, like we all supported trust the process. Like we weren't asking to fire anybody. We weren't going off the rails doing these crazy shows. But eventually, everybody reaches their fucking breaking point, and we reached ours.
You have a coach that is touting all gas, no break the entire offseason. And your team is coming out like a mouse, right? Like
when you've been paying for season tickets for 20 years and you haven't seen a home playoff game, you have a right to say some shit.
When your coach comes in like a all gas no break, like he's like the next version of Rex Ryan. We're gonna be aggressive, we're gonna be physical, we're gonna be fast, we're gonna do all these things, and they come out timid, lifeless, week in and week out in the first quarter. Dude, that's an indictment on everybody, and it's embarrassing. Like as a player right now, dude, seriously, as a player right now, say you're CJ Mosley or a veteran player, whoever, name him, Quentin Williams. Do you honestly think when they put on that all gas, no break shirt going to the stadium on Sunday, they feel that way? Like this, yeah, man, this is it. Do you think they honestly believe that all gas, no break shit when they see their coach lifeless on the sideline week in and week out, standing in a press conference when he can't even talk about his team because he's talking in circles? They know he's in over his head. They know it. They know LaFleur is too. Players aren't stupid, man.
That's the problem. It's got to start somewhere, and it's clearly not coming. At least right now, it's not coming from the coach. I think that all the ripping that we do and the media does, like I do it in good nature, hoping that maybe it gets back to Saleh somehow, and that there's enough criticism where maybe he realizes, you know what, that guy that I promised to be, I haven't fulfilled that promise yet. That's my hope. Maybe those ambitions are too high, but you hope that the message gets through. Like you said, I think it probably did. Every outlet out there is fucking ripping the guy. So you hope it gets through. You hope he realizes and has a moment of self-reflection where he can look in the mirror and say, you know what? The guy that I promised Jet fans I was going to be, I haven't been that yet. I need to be better. I need to hold players accountable. I need to be the guy that coined the mantra, the all gas, no break. And I need to live by those words. Actions speak louder. And so far his actions, they haven't done shit.
Catchphrase and cliches don't mean shit.
Every single time they showed him on the sideline last week, what was he doing? Hands folded, not saying a word. You can't, especially in those moments where your team's getting their doors blown off, you've got to be the one to be bigger than that and lift everybody up. That's what he said he was going to do.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I mean, the Jets are going to the game dressed as an NFL team for Halloween. Yeah, I mean, the jokes are endless, man. I mean, it's just funny because
I don't enjoy making them. Like I don't think you do either, but like
no. And this is a good point, too. Kyle Shanahan's on a hot seat in San Francisco right now because they're underachieving out there, too. But, I mean, it's just we don't enjoy this, but it's just you got to keep them honest here, man. Yeah. It's just, the Mike White jokes are coming out, and that's great, too. But, I mean, and this is it. The game's been boring. They've been boring. It feels like everyone else is playing football except us, and that's it. Yep. It feels like we're not even in the same NFL. Like, you watched last night's game. Like you watch like the Packers and Cardinals, the Packers minus half the receivers, the Cardinals, everybody's flying around, fast defense, fast offense, high flying. And I'm like, we have not seen this from the Jets in eons. Like it's like
Dude,
we are still.
even
it's not even the same NFL.
Even Robert Tonyan, he goes down. Their backup comes in, catches 2 passes, nice yards after the catch. I'm like, we don't have one fucking tight end that can do that.
Yep.
Yep.
Good comment from
They
Carlos
got 2
here.
running backs that are running guys over. I mean,
Legos are better building blocks.
Multiple guys that can do shit.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if you're looking for any kind of whatever. I don't know what to say. I mean, there's been the interesting Tony Pauline article. I'm not sure if he has an agenda or not. He was very critical of Becton too, saying the team's kind of down on him, the way he's handling himself. So take it for what it's worth, man. You don't know what to believe, but it's.
So they're down on Becton, they're down on Mims, and everybody else from that draft class either sucks or is injured.
Yep, pretty much.
Yep.
All right.
So, and you have more questions than answered. I mean, the biggest question this week is just how does Mike LaFleur handle Mike White? And I'm worried about that. Like, I don't even know what they're going to do.
Yo, does he go back? Does he go back in the booth?
That'd be interesting. You'll have Joe Flacco on the. He'll be on the sideline. Maybe you could talk to Mike White and help him. Such a joke, man. Let's see what Ann has to say. We will have a top 5 pick to blow again. Good times. It could be a top 3 pick at this point.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm thinking of buying tickets off StubHub. Can go to tailgate. Tickets are only $17 upper deck. Yeah, I mean the ticket prices are ridiculously cheap now, man. Ridiculously cheap. The parking pass costs more than the tickets, most of them. So, which is ridiculous. Let's see what else you guys got. Let's see.
Wow.
Tyson, I have to ask, have you taken your frustration out on your students? Not really, man. I'm just kind of not really, just kind of over it, man.
For me, it's actually the opposite. Like when I'm at work, I'm actually like in a better mood. Like I'm away from the Jets. I'm not thinking about football at all. I'm just I'm around people, and life is good.
I listen to much angrier music now. My level of music is much angrier than I've ever I'm into I usually like metalcore music and like heavy metal. I'm into some like real like scream shit right now to kind of get me through this. It's bad, but what are you gonna do? So what are you gonna do? So let's see. Ann says takes time. I'm only alive so long. I already wasted probably half my time. Tired of waiting. Yeah, I mean, time for what? What are we waiting for? So we got here. Can we understand that it will take time, but also acknowledge that it can't be this bad regardless? It's always in your one box or the other with some fans. Yeah, listen, we understand the process of rebuilding takes time, but we expect a competence along the way. Like you got to see growth and improvement, and we're not seeing any of that. There's none. So
look at Cincinnati.
Yep.
Look where they were 2 years ago.
And you know what? Can I say something too? You know what bothers me the most is when everybody always pick the hottest team that rebuilt over the last 2 years and want to compare the Jets to that team. Well, look at the Buffalo Bills started out. Look where the Cincinnati Bengals started out. The problem with that is Joe Burrow was playing lights out before he got hurt. Josh Allen was playing very well too. Like we haven't seen that out of Zach Wilson yet. Now he's hurt. So if the Jets were playing that, you know what I mean? Like they showed you things. Even Trevor Lawrence has shown you something already. Like that's the kind of shit you want to see. Like we haven't even seen that yet. So
building blocks.
Yeah. That's something we got. Like every time you hear those words, you got to do a shot or something. Building blocks. It's a process. So we got here. We got to say, check out the song Thrash Till Death. I'll try that. Dude, I'm down. I will check. I'm into some angry shit right now. My playlist will get Tyrone a headache. Guaranteed.
Sounds like the Jets every Sunday. Thrash Till Death.
I feel like Tyson would be a mean coach. Not at all, man. Not mean at all. I'm a nice guy. Let's see what we got here. MetLife doesn't even have the gate D ramp for halftime follies, and the halftime shows are awful too, man. You can't even enjoy the halftime shows here.
That's one of my first memories of going to games, actually.
Yeah,
kid. That's which is sad, but
yep, we are a few plays away. Just about execution. Let's see. So, if you guys want to share your score predictions, you can do that, and we'll go into our score predictions, which are crazy. Unfortunately, we're going to be there. Unfortunately. I'm trying to talk primetime into not going and doing the stream, but he wants to go still, so we have to go. What happens if Mike White goes out into the game and does better than Zach? We celebrate.
Do we?
I have a funny feeling Zach Wilson's going to go on the IR tomorrow. I think he'll be out for at least 3 more weeks. If they're bringing in Flacco, he's going to be out longer than they're telling us.
Yep.
So,
I,
but
I,
then
I don't know if we're gonna be celebrating if Mike White's lighting it up. That's just gonna be a nice little controversy waiting in 3 weeks.
2 quarterbacks competing. It's better than one quarterback doing nothing.
I agree.
A lot of predictions. So the spread is what, 10.5 right now, 10.5.
Last I saw it was 9.5, unless it went up.
Yeah, I think it went up a little bit.
10.5.
Probably did.
Everybody right
It's
now
10,
is
it's up. It's at 10. Yeah.
everybody right now is predicting scores of 45-3, 49-10, 72-3, 40-17. Let's see what else we got here. What's up, JD?
104.
I'm into some angry music, Clutch Canuck. You have no idea, man. I'm telling you, my playlist is off the charts right now. 35-6, 34-6, 38-9. I mean,
Holy shit. I don't think I've ever seen it like this one-sided like that.
35-10. Greg Van Roten gets Mike White hurt. Flacco finishes the game. That's a bold take.
Flacco's not even dressing, so it's even worse. That's even worse.
Crowder will be the quarterback. 35-7, 43-14. Holy shit. Bengals get a lot of points. Jets not a lot of points. All right, so my first question, before we share our score predictions, will the Jets score points in the first quarter?
No.
Tyrone?
No.
This shit ain't even fun. It's not even fun, man. Well, how many? Okay, so then how many points will the Jets have at halftime? Kevin?
None.
Tyrone? Halftime.
0.
So you're both going to be saying we're going to be getting shut out at halftime?
0.
No, I'll go 3. I'll go 3.
I'll go 7. I don't think we'll have 7 points by halftime.
You gotta feel
Nah. I'm going. Yeah, I got a question for you. How many first downs do they have in the first half? That's a more reasonable question.
So the first half.
That's more reasonable.
I'm
going to say 4.
Look at 5.
Just 4, you figure, because the first 3 series are probably, well, if you figure the first 2 series will be 3 and out, then the Bengals will go down and score, but it'll be long drives. So then that's going to probably be what? Probably the first quarter. So you go, yeah, I'd say probably 4 first downs in the first half.
Okay.
I'll go 5.
So then, well, no, hold on. So wait. So primetime, how many total yards for the game for the Jets?
275.
Really?
Yeah.
Outburst.
Not really.
Tyrone?
160.
160?
Holy shit. I thought I was going low.
That's including special teams. 160 for the whole game. Yes, sir.
Shit.
I'm going to say like 240, and I think a lot is coming to fourth quarter when the Bengals pull their starters. All right. Damn, we are. So then, how many passing yards does Burrow have? Prime time?
I'm going to say 230.
230?
Yep. Because he's not going to need to throw it in the second half.
What do you think, Tyrone?
375.
Yeah, I'm like in the 350 range. I think he's going to be a monster day. Jamar Chase, how many yards prime time?
He don't play.
90.
Tyrone, what do you think?
375.
For Jamar Chase?
Wait.
Come
Gets
on,
7
man.
pass.
200.
So then, the last question like this: how many passing yards does Mike White have on Sunday prime time?
$180.
Tyrone?
112.
112 passing yards? If Tyrone's world comes true, there's not enough alcohol in this world for this game. That'd be an epic nightmare.
I'll be home by the third quarter if that happens.
Man. All right, prime time.
I can already see a live stream. I already see a live stream in the fourth quarter.
Oh, could you imagine? We're both home.
we might be home in time for the press conference.
So prime time. Let's hear your official game prediction.
All right. Well, I already said what I thought was going to happen on offense. I think it's going to be very vanilla, very basic. They're going to try and establish the run, keep throws pretty short, check downs, get rid of the ball quick, don't take any sacks or any stupid plays. I think the defense, believe it or not, is going to show up with a little bit of pride. I mean, they just got their doors blown off and fucking embarrassed, giving up 54 points. They're getting their leader back in CJ Mosley. So I actually think the defense is going to come out somewhat inspired, being at home. Not that the home crowd is going to be any kind of advantage there, but I do think the defense is going to give you a little bit. So I'm going to go I'm gonna go 31-16 Bengals.
Ooh, 31-16.
Yeah.
All right. Tyrone, your official game prediction.
I think the defense keeps it close in the first half. I think in the third quarter is when I think in the second half, towards the end of the second half, things will fall apart. But the first quarter they'll play well. I think in the third quarter, the wheels will fall off. My score prediction is 38-0. Jets can shut out at home.
38-0.
Wow.
That'd be a tough one to swallow, man. That would be bad.
Two missed. Listen, 2 missed field goals.
You're just trying to make us completely miserable. All right. Well, I mean, I already did a video on this, but I think it's the same thing. I don't think this game's gonna be competitive at all. I don't see it. I just don't see it. From the opening whistle, I think the Jets get their doors blown off. And I kind of agree with prime time where like the defense can be competitive. They're gonna fight a little bit. But once they get a couple, they get off the field twice and the offense can't do nothing, they're gonna mail it in because the crowd's gonna start booing. The atmosphere is gonna be horrendous. I think it's gonna be just an ass beating. I think it's I mean, I would love to see Mike White actually do something and make this fun to just have any kind of life in the building. But I think 35-13, fourth quarter, and the Jets get their I'd say 10 or 13 in the fourth quarter when the game's over. I don't know. Let's see. But now, so Brian says you guys are giving the Bengals too much credit. The Bengals that just blew out the high flying Ravens are getting too much credit.
I don't care how young they are; they're playing well.
No, it's not giving them credit. It's not the credit. The defense is really, really good, man, and their offense is really solid. So I'm not going to give them.
We
credit.
don't really
playing good football. Like they're well.
We haven't had a player like Jamar Chase, and they have like Joe Mixon. They have the backup Pirine. Then they have the tight
Tyler
end
Boyd
too.
And T. Higgins.
It's like we just pick our poison. How we want to lose? Do you want to lose to the running game, the passing attack? How do you want to lose? I mean, it's
Joe Mixon. Yeah, listen, and their offensive line was supposed to be in a struggle. But the one thing about Joe Burrow is the one thing you know about him, under pressure, he's extremely accurate. So,
how loud are the boos going to be coming out of the tunnel? You think they get booed in the intros?
Yeah, the Bengal fans are going to boo them.
That's true.
Yeah,
dude, there's probably be 20,000 Bengal fans there, easy.
At
man.
least,
I don't think there's going to be a lot of people there. Halloween, people are going to be trick or treating. Nobody wants to.
I think Bengal fans will travel, man. They know tickets. When you see $35 tickets,
I'm going to tweet out a picture at 1:00. I guarantee you that stadium is, I'll say 35% full.
That could be. That could very well be. What's up, Darren? Hope all's well down there. Well, that's it. There's not much to talk about, man. This game there's nothing exciting to break down. I mean, if things don't go well, I assure you I will start doing my analysis of the press conference that I started yesterday. You're going to be like,
I'm ready for that.
Yep. I have my free time in my hands now, so.
It's like
thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. Yeah,
thank you guys.
We'll talk to you guys later.